So we're going to help Linda get to sleep. We're going to help everybody else. Linda hasn't slept too much in a couple days because she works graveyard. So Linda is now laying down and allowing her eyes to close. And as I pick up on that, okay, we all want better sleep. So first thing that we're going to work with this morning is feeling safe and supported and comfortable in our beds, in our favorite chair, our favorite sleeping chair, in the grass in our yard, wherever we choose to sleep or take a nap, we are going to be better at that after today. So I want everybody to thank Linda for not sleeping so that we have something to work with today. So here we go. So if you are awake, the cranial nerves, which leave from the base of the skull and the top of the spinal cord, then your eyes are telling your limbic system that you are in chaos, you're in trouble, you're in fear or fight or flight or whatever's going on, which in turn facilitates the or changes the efficiency of the vagus nerve, and which in turn changes your ability to breathe properly. So then we are breathing erratically with that eye movement because we are in fight or flight. And then all of a sudden we wake up in the morning and we feel like we haven't slept all night long because we're in constant fight or flight. Our oxygen carbon dioxide ratio in our brain is out of balance, which in turn makes us stress out even more. And then we wake up on quote unquote the wrong side of the bed. Oh, why are you so grumpy this morning? Right? Thought you slept. Why didn't you sleep? Well, because my eyes are not functional when I sleep. So that's the first thing that we're going to work with right now. I have to tell you, I really learn a lot when I go hiking and genuinely take care of myself. I will be doing that more. It's good for me. So let's actually come back up here. This is a better chart for me. So I maintain my focus. Okay, so in relation to you laying in your bed, allowing yourself to be supported, we're working with the right side. Here we go. So we're working with the trigeminal nerve on the right side in relation to your sensory face, sinuses, and teeth. And yes, your head's laying on the side of the pillow, your teeth are affected, your face muscles are affected, your sinuses are affected. So let's calm down that. Oh my God, I'm so excited for you guys in relation to this morning. Wow. And we're working on the left side. Optic nerve on the left side. Woo, man, there's going to be a lot of releasing today. So make sure that you are drinking water. Good. Apparently my razzing yesterday helped everybody realize, hey, I have to drink more water. So good job, everybody. That is part of our work, taking care of ourselves, drinking water, getting our minerals so that the water has someplace to go, eating food, taking care of our emotions, moving in relation to taking care of our emotions. As one of the people on here, she said, hey, I've started getting on the treadmill for 3 minutes at a time and integrating the motion work, and she's learning more from the class that she's taking. Huge. Good job. Pat yourself on the back and say, yes, I am doing it. Working on the right side. Whew, that was a big one. So the trochlear motor nerve, superior oblique muscle, movement of the eye again. I'm sorry, I can't be more specific with that, but I do know that we are affecting the eyes in relation to getting sleep. right side, olfactory. So yes, all of these nerves are related to traumas in our life. And remember, when I do the quotes here, okay, trauma is a big word. Trauma does not necessarily mean that this was a external life-changing thing that happened. It's not necessarily mean that you went to the hospital. It doesn't necessarily mean that we suffered from somebody else's neglect or whatever. Trauma can mean that your subconscious is holding on to something within you that happened in your lifetime that created a negative response. For instance, something as simple as being teased because my name is Kim and it's a girl's name, okay? It created crap in my head that when I learned how to muscle test, one of the words that you use when you're doing your testing is say a word that's or say something that's absolutely true. And when I would say my name is Kim, I would get a no because I was so disconnected from that name from all the teasing, right? Even though it was just out of most of it was out of fun with friends, right? It created a weakness within my subconscious and within myself. So I had to clear all of that crap so that I could accept my name is Kim. And when somebody asked me my name, I said, yes, my name's Kim. Just like a girl, it gets it out there. It makes a laugh. Yes, my name is Kim. That way we don't have to go through the Tim, Jim. What did you say? Because it's not a normal male name in America. Korea, heck yeah. But it's okay now. My name is Kim, not Mac, but Mac is a cool name. I appreciate it. My last name. And that's what a buddy of mine called me back in the day. And that's what I started going by. So acknowledge traumas are not necessarily huge things. They're just little triggers deep inside that it's your responsibility to clear so that you don't have a negative reaction, so that you create more efficiency within yourself. Good story. Right side, olfactory, the nose, sensory in the nose. Left side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whew. So the facial nerves of the or muscles of the face. And again, remember, if you cannot take that pressure, right? Anybody ever notice, wow, why is my pillow feel so uncomfortable today? Could be because of facial nerve 7, trigeminal nerve 5, overloaded. You had a rough day. You went to bed angry. Make sure you do some kind of work before you go to sleep at night so that your limbic system can be calm and you can start your evening or your night on a happy note. Left side, facial motor nerve on that side also beautiful. So now you can sleep on the left side or the right side, whatever your heart desires. Kind of like a baby, right? Most babies can sleep anywhere and they wake up, and if they're grumpy, it's usually because they're hungry or they got crap on their pants, right? They wake up at a start because whatever, doesn't matter. But if they wake up at a start, you can give them a hug and everything's okay. Left, right, both. And we're going to work on the spinal column down the back of the So we're actually working on the spine, not the bones, but the spine. And while you are working here right now, find your breath. There you go. And imagine your lungs go all the way down into your feet. You don't have to breathe any bigger. Just imagine that your lungs go all the way down into your feet. And the first thing that moves when you inhale are your toes. You're not literally moving the toes, but the toes are moving. And then your feet, and then your ankles, and your lower legs, and then your knees, and your thighs, and the backs of your legs, and your internal thighs, and then breathing into your pelvis and your hips, creating space, creating movement with every breath throughout your entire body, especially not just up in the neck, but not just in the rib cage. Everything moves. When I pull on my shirt down here, you can see it move all the way up top. That wasn't as drastic as I would have liked, but you get the point. Okay. Which is the same thing down here. When you're breathing into your lungs, the movement is not drastic in the toes, but there is still movement, especially when we are connected. But when we're not connected, you're not going to experience that movement. We're going to work on the nerves of the sacrum. Yes. Oops, too far. Sacrum in the lower back. On the right side. Good. And realize that all these nerves, they supply the internal organs, but they also supply pelvic floor muscles. They supply the quads, the hamstrings, the adductors, the abductors. Those are the muscles on the outside of the hip, abductors, abductors. Muscles, nerves, bones in the knees, the calves, the shins, the ankles, all the way down to the toes. So these nerves can get impinged in anywhere in the body. And impinged means that they're just stuck. Okay. Impinged, I think, can also mean that, yes, while they got stuck or you got a dead leg or whatever, that they were injured a little bit. Okay. They injured meaning confused. Okay. So let's reset that confusion, which is what's going to happen in a surgery. Any surgery, it's going to create confusion. Now, if you go through and you're cutting through tissues, then yes, nerves are going to be cut. But who's to say that we can't bend those nerves back together, right? Just because they say you can't doesn't mean that you can't. Anything is possible. Everything is electricity, and why not focus on that skin melding together? Focus on all of your muscles that have not moved properly in a long time, beginning to move independently of each other, right? Now, this isn't what a body looks like when you cut the skin off, but it's better to see it this way, right? We want all those tissues sliding and gliding independently of each other. And realize we've got all these nerves down here as well, right? We want all of those nerves sliding and gliding through the tissue ever so effortlessly, even while we sleep, because we do move when we sleep. Okay, so let it go. Let go's impinged nerves go. Let my people go. Let any place in your body where there may be an impingement, whether it be ligaments, muscles, nerves, bones, tendons, emotions, allow yourself to release the things you no longer need, to bring in the things that you do, so that you can be a happy and healthy individual 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, no questions asked. And if you find yourself out of sorts, you can quickly and effortlessly, easily bring yourself back into alignment by simply listening to a David Chappelle joke, right? Putting on that smile and doing some tapping. Why not? Why the heck not? Why does it have to be so hard? Why do we have to have somebody else do it for us? We don't have to. We're choosing to. Not to say that we don't need other people at times, but if we could get out of our way and realize that we have the power to take charge of our life in every way, shape, and form, we have the power to take charge of our life every way, shape, and form. We have the power to take charge of our life in every way, shape, and form. Tapping on that, we have the power to take charge of our life in every way, shape, and form. We can think about the conflict, but why not think about the peace? And that's what we want to do, right? Yes, acknowledge the darkness, acknowledge the angers and the fears and the worries, the resentments and jealousies and griefs as we bring about our ability to take charge of our life all the time, every moment of every day. But we've also got to bring in from the void that we've created in the clearing the courage, the willingness, the understanding, the serenity, the joy, the loving, the peace, the enlightenment. A little story about enlightenment. A man was walking along, and he asked this monk who was carrying a big old sack of rocks. He asked this monk, "Excuse me, what is enlightenment?" And the monk put down the rocks. And the guy goes, "Oh, well, that makes sense. Okay, what happens after enlightenment?" And the monk picked up the rocks and began walking along again. There's so many layers, right? We still have the life to deal with. But what if instead of picking up the same rocks the next time, we could take a few of those rocks out, forgive them, release them? Hey, that pack's going to be lighter. And then we really experience more enlightenment, and then more and more and more. And that's what we're doing here when we do these classes. We're experiencing enlightenment, empowerment, affirmation, trust, forgiveness. And those are wonderful things, filling up that void that we've created when we've acknowledged the negativity that we've been holding on to, that we've chosen to take on. It was a choice, and it was our choice. And notice some tension around that. I had no choice. Yes, we do. We have the choice.